So Simon Thomas, Chief Rugby Writer with Wales Online. How are you today?
Very good, thank you. Nice in the sunshine here down at the Vale.
Great. So obviously Wales are setting out to face the All Blacks, but first they've got the small matter of a game against arch rivals England. How do you see the game going this weekend?
Well, this one's an interesting one because it's very much a warm-up for the tour of New Zealand, and England are going to be without quite a few of their Grand Slam starters because of club commitments, whereas Wales are full of strength, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes, and also particularly what combinations Wales will look for, whether they'll look to go their strongest available or maybe try a few mix and matches and give a few fringe players more of a game. So yeah, given that Wales, the Welsh players haven't had any rugby for 5 or 6 weeks with their region's seasons over, it will serve a purpose ahead of that New Zealand tour.
There's been a lot of clamour really for Gareth Anscombe to have a run out of 10. A lot of people think that he gets the backs going a bit better than Biggar. What's your opinion on that?
Well, it's interesting. He's only really been used as a fullback by Wales so far, but in the last 6 weeks of the season he was playing 10 for the Blues and playing very well. He's got good distribution skills. He knows what he's doing at 10, runs the game well. Generally, he's got that Kiwi nous to him.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's got a Welsh blood in him as well, so he can play for Wales. It's a big call. Big as the man in possession, you'd probably still see him as the person to start at 10, certainly on the tour.
How vital is it to get a win against England? I know it's just a warm-up, but before facing the All Blacks, you do want confidence, surely.
Yeah, the last thing you want when you're going out to New Zealand is to go there on the back of defeat. You want momentum, and you want to get your systems working properly ahead of the trip. So yeah, it's an important game to win. And after 1-1 so far this season, it would give Wales a nice 2-1 victory overall.
So on to the main event, the Tour of New Zealand. A lot of people think it's going to be a horror show, and other people think that Wales might have a chance. Do you think they have a chance?
It's difficult. New Zealand could probably put out 2 teams that would take on most sides in the world. So even though they've lost a host of players, the likes of McCaw, Carter, obviously Marnod, Conrad Smith, some huge names have gone from the international setup. But you only have to watch the Super Rugby and see the strength of their sides to realise just what a pool of talent they have. So it's an enormous challenge. Wales haven't won since 63 years, I think it is now. It keeps on going and going. But Wales are a combative and competitive side. And their first test, you never know, in Auckland, they might just have a sniff.
So what do Wales need to do to hurt New Zealand, if there is a way?
I remember when I was out there, I think it was 2010, the man that did cause them problems was Jamie Roberts. They found him very difficult to handle. At his best, as he has been at times with Harlequins in Wales this season, he's still a huge physical presence out there. I think as ever, Wales, this game will rely quite heavily on him. You need him playing well. You also need Sam Warburton fully fit, because he's the only specialist 7 Wales have taken. So fingers crossed he recovers from his shoulder in time. You have to be competitive up front, and you have to try and limit the scoring of the All Blacks. And they are going to score, so you've got to score points as well. So just a few things you've got to sort out there then, really.
And finally, what's the prediction for this weekend's game and the Test series?
I think Wales can win this weekend, looking at the 2 sides available. The Premiership final has taken away a big chunk of that particular pack, the Saracens players, and Wales are pretty near full strength, so I think Wales can win. Any win out in New Zealand, if it's 2-1 to New Zealand, you'd almost see it as a victory, wouldn't you? So yeah, you can only go out there and give your very best shot, and I just hope that they actually play to their potential, which they haven't done that regularly since the World Cup, and they'll really need to do that to get any chance of a win. So I'll go 2-1 to New Zealand.